Now, after losing her home to a neighbor who had allegedly adversely possessed her property, an elderly visually impaired woman has sought legal representation. Now, her lawyer is, however, sharing insights into how this trend can dispossess lawful landowners and ways to protect oneself as a property owner. Adverse possession allows someone to legally possess or acquire your property or lands under certain conditions. But in recent times, it appears some individuals have found ways to exploit this tool, leaving property owners in the cold.
The proper procedure in applying for adverse possession is to say that you are there for 12 years undisturbed, in possession of a property, paying the taxes, and actually taking the property as your own. And so it is, one has to wonder if it is that you're in possession and someone else who's actually there, then how is it that you're actually in possession but you're not present on the property? That is questionable. So persons and registered owners stand to lose their property if persons go and apply using adverse possession.
The attorney shares growing concern for the level of deception used by some individuals to unethically apply for adverse possession.
There is indeed a growing concern with persons who are applying for adverse possession. They are doing it in a manner that is unlawful because they do not fully is in requirement. There are some prescribed manner in which you can apply for adverse, and they're doing it in ways in which is questionable. As a result of that, persons are obtaining title, and then when the lawyer does the checks, we realize that they're doing it fraudulently. So indeed, there is need for us or the National Land Agency to do an inspection into these instances.
Thomas Nelson says this scary practice has been growing in recent years. She, however, cautions landowners to be more vigilant over their property and affairs.
Ensure that if you have a property that you have not been paying any taxes or you just leave up, that you visit your property, because you have some people too, they actually squat on the property and have a legitimate right to apply. So it's not just persons who are not squatting, but persons who have property, you leave it up for a number of years, you go back and you see a proper settlement on your land. Visit your properties often, ensure that you keep up, watch to see if persons are paying your property taxes, as well as to read the legal notices. And if you want to be extra sure, I would suggest put a caveat on your own property. You have an interest, you want to protect your interests, and you don't want any change in ownership.
And in the case of lawyers, she insists better scrutinizing of clients applying for adverse possession of properties they often have no ties to.
To ask the serious question and to be vigilant to the fact that where persons are not entitled to apply for adverse, not to entertain them.